Hello everyone. I'm happy to share with you a few ideas about being grateful and about gratitude. Um, I was born close to Thanksgiving. In fact, I came home from the hospital on Thanksgiving Day. And Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays. Um, I never knew any of my grandparents. They had all passed, or they had passed anyway, or they were not in the country when I was born. And so my cousins were my family. And so we used to have great Thanksgivings at my Aunt Jean's house. Wonderful food, company, a feeling of security and fun and wellness and belonging were there. So Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holiday. It is my favorite holiday. And they agree, those ducks agree, don't they? Anyway, I would like to share a couple of things. First off, can you see this right here? This is very old, and it was 48 years ago that I had a patriarchal blessing, and I felt that I should share this, and so I will, because I'm pretty good at listening to my spirit, because she's pretty cool, and your spirit is cool too. Anyway, I had, for people who don't know, when you belong to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, you're entitled to have a patriarchal blessing. And those are just, it's wisdom that you need for your life. And they're usually really good, and they're really beneficial for people. So I got mine when I was 14, and I lived in Norway, and it was September 10th, so 48 years ago. And I want to share, because this is powerful, and I'm sharing it because if it's true for me, it's true for you. And this is the importance of gratitude. And I'm not just talking about gratitude when everything goes your way. And it is easier to be grateful when everything goes your way. But let me share something that this blessing says. Continue to cultivate those gifts and talents of patience, cheerfulness, and consideration to others, and thou shalt have increased success in thy efforts in righteousness. That through righteous cheerfulness thou shalt be given the power to overcome the efforts of the adversary and even thwart his efforts. Let me read that again. Through righteous cheerfulness, which I think is gratitude in everything, thou shalt be given power to overcome the efforts of the adversary. They agree. And even thwart his efforts. That's something. And so through my life, and I think it might be for being born in this month, but as I have cultivated that attitude of gratitude, it has carried me through a lot of very, very hard things. And I've even been able to, right in the midst of challenges, right in the midst of stuff, I've been able to ground myself in the idea that this experience is going to be for my good. And ultimately, I'm going to grow and learn from whatever it is. Because some things happen to you, right? And it's not something that you choose. Anyway, so I wanted to share a concept. And I think that we came here to get challenges. What I believe is, before we lived here, before we came to earth, we lived in a place that was peaceful, calm, serene. We had all of our needs taken care of, and we felt a lot of love. And then we decided to come to earth, and that was a challenge because some people didn't want to. But we came to earth, and so part of this earth's life experience is to feel afraid, alone, rejected. All of these things that we could not feel in the realm where we were before we came to earth. So all of this will give us experience. And so you can either look at life like the things that happen in life, You can look at everything as chaos and struggle and everything's not going right. Or you can look at life and what happens from another point of view, and the point of view is synchronicity, that I'm going to grow from this, I'm going to learn from this, and my soul is going to be expanded from this experience or from what I'm going through or what society is going through. And I would suggest that the idea that everything we go through is going to be for our growth and our expansion and our wisdom is really, really powerful. It's mind-changing. It's totally mind-changing to think that way. And so therefore, whatever you go through, or what society is going through right now, for example, oh, we got a helicopter above us. So whatever we go through, if we develop that attitude of gratitude, even in the midst of challenges, and sometimes all you can do, and all I can do sometimes when something is horrendous, is to be grateful for the crappy way I feel about it. And allow myself, and I don't beat myself up, I don't shame myself, that's terrible. And I wouldn't want to shame any of you and make you feel like you have to adopt this idea. No, nothing. If it's something that you would like to try to adopt, or maybe you already have adopted, then do it. If it's something that doesn't suit you, it's not something that's interesting, then just forget about it. You know, we're all on this journey. We all have different reasons why we're here and what we came to do. But anyway, I really do feel like that gratitude through everything. And it is, you know, the scriptures, you know, in the Beatitudes, Christ said to be grateful, you know, for your enemies if they persecute you. And they, you know, thank God. And then we have other things in the scriptures that talk about he that is grateful in all things shall be made glorious. And I don't always do that. I realize, as I've been thinking about this for a while, that I'm really good about being grateful, about adopting that mindset when it's huge, big events. And I step into that automatically. But when it's little things that throw me off, like I wanted something to look a certain way or to taste a certain way and it was different, then I can be thrown off by little tiny insignificant things. And it's okay. And I allow myself to be. So allow yourself to experience all that you experience without making yourself bad. And if you can see, it's like 2 points of view. On the tree of knowledge of good and evil, everything is bad. Everything is chaos. The world is not the way it should be. You know, there's all this struggle and all of this stuff, right? That's on the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And we're told if we adopt that attitude or we eat from that tree, we'll surely die. And we die spiritually in that we can't see our way through it. But on the other hand, we have the tree of life in any situation. And if we go to the tree of life about that particular situation, we can see it from a new perspective, a perspective of growth and expansion. And that we're going to grow so much and gain so much from that experience, no matter what it is, even if it's really horrendous. We can hate it all the way through it and then find the nugget 10 years later. Or how about just adopt the attitude of gratitude right now? And if you can't do it, that's fine. It's just a possibility. It's just an idea to consider. I'd like to share one more thing. And I'm going to share some more of this blessing another time. In the very end it says, thou shalt have need to rejoice in thy heart in gratitude for the blessings the Lord has given thee. These blessings, with those the Lord shall add, even blessings in disguise I seal upon your head. So, what is a blessing in disguise? Isn't that what we call problem? Isn't it a challenge? Isn't it like something terrible? What's a blessing in disguise? Well, it looks horrendous on the outside, right? Have you ever been through something that looks, and it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm going through this. It's just like, you just are like, whoo. And when you get through it, you see that that experience added depth to your soul. It gave you perspective. It gave you compassion. It created you to be this magnificent soul that you are. If we just had things easy and comfortable, and we were just always, had things cushy and comfortable, everything always went our way, it was always a fairy tale ending, would we have depth? Would we have character? And while I wouldn't ever want to go through the Armageddons I've been through, I'm grateful. I wouldn't want to go through them again. I don't know that I could. But the Lord has taken away the pain and from all the past, from the things that I chose to go through, because in the end it was going to be good for me and my growth and for people that I work with, and that in the future perhaps. But anyway, I am grateful for all the experiences of life. And I'm grateful even for my weaknesses. Like, when I first started making these videos, the Lord took away my desire for sweets, because I was totally, every day I had to go to the store and buy some sweets. I mean, I was just like where I was at. And the Lord took that away from me miraculously. I think for probably about 6 months, and then it just slowly came back. So can I even be grateful for this space that I'm in? Can I? Kind of tough. But everybody has a weakness. And His strength is sufficient for us. At some point, maybe that weakness can be made strong. But how about if it brings humility? Anyway, so grateful for this life. And I've been listening to this song over and over again, For the Beauty of the Earth. And I love it. I will drive and listen to it over and over and over. And I look at the beauty of the season and the leaves and the trees and the animals. So grateful to be alive. So I'm thankful for you. And I'm thankful for all of the blessings of life, for my children and grandchildren, and even for the challenges, because they give you depth and perspective and compassion. Anyway, encouraging all of you to adopt an attitude of gratitude. If you want, and if you don't, that's fine too. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.